seed and fertilizer and everything else. So I kind of expect if I start in hard mode, the economy's going to be tough. So diesel's more expensive, seed, crops don't sell for as much, I think, is the primary thing. But so long as we keep so long as we keep our heads above water for the first year, and we have more than we started with, it should, the series should then get much easier relatively. I'm going to go off voice for a minute. Mrs. Osa's come home. She's going to need help up the steps. Okay, I'm back, and that was... I hit the seed button 3 times there. So I have managed to drive across the bits that needed to be seeded without actually seeding anything. Let's have a look what the field looks like now. There are bits over there, bits down the side, and then we can ship out to field 2. Looks like there might be bits along here too that aren't showing up. Okay, that's all done. Run back along the top here. Okay, round about here. Yeah, there's a couple of wedges along here, and then we run down the side of the field. Now what I could do is throw the rest of the barley in this seeder. Because we're using the realistic seeder mod, you can't change what the seed is in the seed tanks. We loaded barley, it's barley. So I can pull up alongside a multitude of seed bags, and the only one it's eligible to load is the barley. Okay, that looks like field done. Fold that up. We will go and visit the Land Rover again. Which side did I put the barley on? This side? Yes. Of course it will, I believe this will leave the straps deformed. Okay, the Axion's still doing its thing. Something else I needed to do. Good. Oh, no. Strap collapsed after we finished unloading. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. So 145, 180 is probably a good angle. And I'm just going to start this in the middle of the field and let it go. There we go. You just head off that way and pick a side, any side, I don't care. Now we're getting barley in here, I do have the opportunity to herbicide all of the fields that we have planted. It's a cost which I don't usually entertain, but our land is getting kind of overrun with weeds on some of our fields, so it's just, I think, easier to let's spray the weeds and not have to worry about them until the next harvest. Obviously, as far as the stream is concerned, we'll never see the advantage of that. Okay, I need to find somewhere to hide that. You're still doing your thing. Oh, that was right. We were. We've wasted a few hours this morning. We started this morning at 7 o'clock, so I've wasted an hour and a half not digesting silage. Oh, well, that didn't work. Doesn't matter. And just as an update, we bought the sugar beet harvester yesterday and spent most of our available cash. We bought fertilizer, which we sprayed to make contracts, so we had 136 in contract income. And then this morning we got 86,000 from the bales we loaded into the digester yesterday. So we've got a good amount of money. If I could have sold some of the silage bales, if I'd thought about it, I could probably have started selling the silage bales a lot earlier. We could have got the bigger harvester. I don't think it really made a blind bit of difference to us. The bigger harvester holds 45,000, which is more than the Dan Greville trailer will hold, and half of what the Bailey trailer holds. So it would have been a little bit more awkward, sort of creating loads to bring back, because we're bringing back about 50,000, so we're always going to be 5,000 short with the bigger harvester. And they both use the same header, so it's not like it was really a problem. And it's 24, so that's about 48 we've thrown. Whoa, go forwards, dude. That is a little bit of a problem with the four-wheel steer stuff, is you can end up with the drive just not properly engaged, because some of the wheels are going backwards, some of them are going forwards. Boop, 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 boop. There we go, 46,000, that's good enough. So when it's stationary, when I turn it, I'm not seeing the wheels move, but sometimes it sort of thinks the front wheel's going backwards and the back wheel's going forwards when you do that. And then when you press go, it just says I'm not sure because some of the wheels are going the wrong way. Anyway, that's that taken care of. The other thing we could do, now that we can see, is let's go and clean the sheep up. We don't have to. It's not, oops, ooh, yes, that was there. It's not breeding season yet. The time you want to make sure that the sheep are clean is during breeding season, because it does, and wool season, because it does affect production. Right now that's not an issue. However, actually we do need to restock these with stuff too. I do have, I like to keep them a little bit clean because it keeps their health up, but we don't have to do it all the time. So this field has a good supply of stuff. Do have another light level, that's good. But since Oakfield pasture is having problems with the auto load of grass, I need to get some grass from somewhere, so sometimes it's just easier to scoop this up and take it up there. It'll let it go for a few extra hours. And I can always run back to the silo and grab some grass out of there. Actually, that is the thing. I'm generally finding that we use it, the sheep are spilling more grass than the Oakfield pasture needs to top off. So we usually end up with another 1,000 litres to put in the silo. So how's this looking? This needs silage and possibly a little bit more hay. Grab this. And of course I'm doing this at 8:38, so it's not going to update the cleanliness till 8:45, 9 o'clock possibly. Again, it's just easier to run through the hedge than it is to keep opening the gates. Although, yeah, I could just leave all the gates open, is the other thing. But always shut the gates. Okay. Drive forward again. And so yeah, we're generally out of silage bales on all of the sheep fields. And that actually emptied. That's interesting. 3,000. I'm going to be able to throw another silage bale in there. I don't think we've got... We do have one. Okay. How's the other fields doing? Again, that one filled up. I had about 100 litres of silage left over, and that's all got lost because it wasn't a full... Yeah. Partial bales get lost. I've also discovered for some reason that grass hay bales disappear if you leave them alone. So there is some weird bale bug going on this map with Maize Plus running. I'm not sure what the deal is, but apparently it's a thing. We already discovered that if you don't use a complete clover silage bale, it will vanish. But yeah, that was the thing. I had some grass hay where we had what was it? We'd mowed the the clover fields early on, and because of the way the baler works, whatever goes into the baler first is the bale you produce. So you could have 100 litres of hay go into it, grass hay go into it, and the rest be clover hay. It's a grass hay bale. And the problem I had was that happened a couple of times, and I did end up with grass hay. So I decided, rather than try and store that and forget about it, and then put hay bales out into the field, the grass hay would then get rained on and disappear. I figured I would feed the hay bales, or the grass hay, directly to the sheep immediately, and put all of the clover hay bales into storage. Well, I did that, and I had a couple of bits of hay bale left over, sort of 1,000 litres of hay in the bale left, and I didn't think anything of it. And then when I went back, the hay bales had just disappeared, and literally I dropped them off. I went and got the bale collector with the hay bales and took them back up to the farm. Then figured the sheep had probably eaten enough hay that I could top them off, and nope, hay bales disappeared, and it didn't rain. So that was a thing I wasn't expecting. Okay. I wonder if this is easy to park with this thing, because it's four-wheel steer. Honestly, not sure. With steering wheels close enough to the dolly, it can make things easier to park. Not always easy, but yeah, this is not going as well as I hoped. I might just do that, and I left it in reverse. Yep, there's enough room there. That's kind of what I was hoping for. For some reason, I have no idea why, I have a problem with these hitches always pointing towards the church. Because this one I've straightened out a few times. That's fine. Well, they don't seem to be wandering around quite so much. I'm going to drag that over as well. It gives me a little bit more room for the headers to sit. And I think this can go in this shed with the doors. So I think we used to have the potato harvester in this barn, shed, whatever. But, I will open that door because that's where the seeder's going to have to go back. Okay, somebody stopped working. Hello, you stopped working. I guess. I mean, our cultivator's going to be running for ages on the field we've got it loose on. It's nice. That's the one thing I like about that field, is it's huge. You can let a worker loose on it, and that worker will be perfectly happy for an hour or so, depending on equipment speed, size, etc. Anyway, we'll run across the bottom here and then put him back on a worker. We've got, as I said, 4,500 litres of seed left. So long as between this field and field 3 we end up with less than 2,100, I've made sufficient purchase of barley seed for this year. If we have any left over, or more than 2,100 left over, then I've over-purchased in barley seed. Now, the main reason for doing barley is it's the only crop that you can plant in fall and then 329. 60 minus 45 is 20, 15. Let's go 315. Close enough, worker, go. So yeah, the whole point is to it's the only crop that I can plant now and potentially harvest these fields and replant with corn immediately, which isn't good crop rotation ideal, but we can do that and get a corn harvest at the end of the year. We did that one time because I needed the maize, so we foraged the corn that we had. Actually, this is getting on quite well. He's almost done. Still have wet crops. We fed the sheep, we fed the digester. Gonna have to feed the digester in a while. I could get the fertilizer sprayer out and load it with something. Obviously, liquid fertilizer, not a good time. You're supposed to spray that on crops that are growing. We could get the spreader out and spread solid fertilizer, because you spray that after planting. But we have the big fertilizer spreader, which you kind of need the big tractors to move around. Unfortunately, our big tractors are all out doing stuff. Although I could probably afford a new one now. That's the thing. Can't quite afford something in this band. We could afford that. That's 240 horsepower, seriously. I mean, this is a good tractor. I do like this one. Sadly not available in oh no, we can't quite. We're 30,000 short. Yeah, I don't think this is out in Farm Sim 22 yet, which is a shame, because I would love to start a series with one of these. Especially, you know, start from scratch. You've got 240 horsepower. You've got you can put a 3-point on it, I believe. Yeah, it's an extra 5,000. You can up the the engine's only 165 unless you spend 25,000 more. That kind of makes it more expensive, but it takes a front loader. It's a heavy tractor with a front loader. Got a lousy turn circle, but it's a heavy tractor, so yes. Don't know that it does. It doesn't do. Oh, it does do narrow tires. Those look stupid. Or Nokians, or Michelins. Mitas definitely don't come in standard in narrows. So you can have Trelleborg narrows. So yeah, it's a good all-round tractor. It's heavy, but that's actually, with a front loader, a good thing. It doesn't tip over very much when you load it up. Where are you going? Why are you reversing all this way? Shall I take over? Finish off this corner. Give a little bit of a jackknife there. Oh, it's probably... It didn't think there was enough room to get another row at that pinch choke point. Anyway. But this sort of thing I don't mind doing. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But we have the money, we can pay the workers. So, not a big deal. Oh, we're actually... Oh, we're in this side of the field. Well, I hadn't realised. So we can tidy up this bit. And... probably head into the other two fields first. And come back through the field that is directly east of this point. Okay. Oh, seriously? Come on. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I've had my side panel now for 5 years. Pretty much only played Farm Sim on it, so it's the same buttons every time. But I do have an issue with some of the buttons don't work all the time. Primarily the start something operating or lower the equipment, so I can get this lined up on something, lower the cultivator, or press the button to lower the cultivator and then drive off, and it's sort of it didn't notice. And with seeders I can lower the equipment, get it all ready, press the turn on the equipment, and nothing happens. And I drive off and it's sort of, oh, it's not planting anything, go back. Okay, so yeah, 27 will do on the way out. And then, is it 25 and 24 are the other two? We'll do those next.